central government requests additional $2.3 billion, UNC says total sum can solve all the country's issues. Watson Duke says Tobago is slowly becoming a police state. TPP announces plans to host internal elections. And in sports, Tobago Rugby Football Club hosts inaugural Rugby Fest. Good evening, I am Bianna Brebner. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Monday, 3rd June 2024. To our top story, the government is requesting $2.3 billion more in addition to the national budget of $59.2 billion. However, during a UNC media conference, Devendrat Tanku claimed the additional $2.3 billion was to pay off the government's debt. He said with this amount of money, all the country's issues could be solved. Here's more.
Tanku stated that in addition to the 2023-2024 budget, an additional $2.3 billion would mean that the government would have spent approximately $70.7 billion in fiscal 2024.
This is the highest level of expenditure ever by any government in our nation's history.
Tanku noted that having served as financial advisor to former Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessar, many things were achieved with a fraction of what the government is spending now. He said $70.7 billion could easily address all of the country's issues.
From unemployment, school violence, falling standards of living, poor water supply, flooding, and yes, even crime. But that requires vision and people-centered governance, the kind you had between 2010 and 2015.
He highlighted that the country's socio-economic health is worse than it has ever been, and that the nation's finances are in dire straits due to what he claimed as 9 years of failure by Finance Minister Colm Imbert and the PNM.
Every sector is spiraling uncontrollably downwards into deepening failure, crisis, and collapse. And if you thought that by giving this government billions more, things would have made a difference, things would have improved, you would be hopelessly wrong.
Moreover, Tanku said after examining the proposed expenditure, he observed that it was to pay the government's debts.
There's no new projects, no new revenue-raising measures, no vision, no hope. No new projects, no new revenue-raising measures, no vision, no hope. Every single expenditure that is to be funded by this increase was known by the minister when he delivered the budget speech in October. He deliberately understated the budget to mislead the population and international agencies.
He said that this is the 9th time that Minister Imbert has made a mockery of the budgeting process by deliberately understating expenditure. The $2.3 billion expenditure would be divided as follows. The Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, $570,900,000. The Ministry of Public Utilities, $527,800,000. The Ministry of Works and Transport, $155,677,000. The Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government, $95,027,200. And the Tobago House of Assembly, $50 million. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
The political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Watson Duke, says the THA administration is creating a police state. Appearing on a Good Morning Tobago show today, Duke spoke about crime on the island, particularly 15 additional police officers from the Interagency Task Force and the Guard and Emergency Branch to help fight crime. Ariana Scipio has the report.
PDP leader Watson Duke said there has been no progress in the island's crime situation. He claims that the Farley-led THA is incapable of great ideas.
Should have now invited the Guard and Emergency Branch and the another branch, ITF, or something they call it, to be in Tobago. And they want to give Tobago this militarized presence. My advice, though, to the ITF and the Guard and Emergency Branch, in coming to Tobago, understand the culture of Tobago is different from Trinidad.
Duke stated that Tobago is an island of family-oriented people who will not accept extrajudicial killings. He noted that if such killings occur, their welcome will be revoked.
And I want to make it absolutely plain here. I don't know what they expect the police to do coming here. Right? These 15 police coming here, what they're going to do different. If they're going to come here with some kind of brutal strength or extra strength, that they're going to rag up people, beat people, shoot people, kill people.
While he was unclear on the reasoning behind bringing additional officers to Tobago, Duke noted that such officers are also required in Trinidad, where crime is spiraling out of control.
The problem is in the research, the investigation, the analysis, getting the data.
The PDP leader highlighted that the Tobago Homeland Security, an idea he had put forward, can assist in gathering information from communities through surveillance, information he believes will assist the TTPS in effective crime fighting.
Which means the charged persons, bring them before the court, and they are proven innocent or guilty based on the facts. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
On Friday, 24th May 2024, Commissioner of Police Erla Harewood Christopher visited and held discussions with senior officers in the Tobago Division. Following the meeting, the Top Cop deployed a contingent of officers from the Guard and Emergency Branch and the Interagency Task Force to augment the strength of officers in Tobago to maintain law and order. She noted that the public would see an increased presence of police officers on the streets and other public spaces. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
On Saturday, officers of the Crown Point Police Station seized what appeared to be cocaine. In a release by the TTPS, it was said that at 7:50 a.m. on Saturday, June 1st, PC Phillips and WPC Sandy Carter, after receiving information, made their way to an area in Gaskin Bay, Bon Accord. After searching a bushy area nearby, a black plastic bag which contained 44 clear plastic bags was found, each containing a white substance resembling cocaine. The items were seized and inquiries continue. We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
Tobago, we reach the biggest comedy event of 2024, finally in Tobago for one night only at Shaw Park.
My body, and I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but you haven't been in the mood for the last 6 months. Love is a Walk, which played to sold-out houses across Trinidad, is coming to Tobago for one night only on Saturday, June 8th at 8:30 p.m.
You promised this would be the last time.
Yes, I tell you, it's the last time, I swear.
You sure about that?
Tickets for Love is a Walk available at the Shaw Park Complex daily and at advertised outlets. Check social media for details. Shaw Park, Saturday, June 8th.
Life is good with zero interest for 6 months, zero down payments, zero stress payment plan. That's right. With Standards My Terms, we are putting the power of zero in your hands. Now, you can get that new sectional, fridge, stove, or TV for zero down. Pay zero interest later and enjoy a zero stress payment plan plus quick approval within 48 hours. Standards, never beaten on quality and prices.
Hey assemblers, I am Kimura Reed, your presiding officer for the first ever primary plenary debate to be done nationally under the People's House. Join us at 10 a.m. on Thursday, June the 6th, 2024 at the Assembly Chamber as 18 primary schools from the east, west, and north of the island will engage in a thought-provoking debate on the impacts and effects of the SEA examination as members of the THA.
My name is Lester Paul, and the reason why they should keep the SEA exam is because it's a standardized test, and the 3 most important things you need to know is maths, language arts, and creative writing.
My name is Standard George, and I believe that they should ban SEA because of the physical and mental stress that it gives to the students.
Come to the public gallery or tune in live to our Facebook and YouTube links. We've got it locked, loaded, and ready to go. Thursday, June the 6th at 10 a.m. This is certainly one for the books.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Welcome back. While the voices of 39 small island developing states were heard at the SIDS4 conference in Antigua and Barbuda, conversations about how policies can equally benefit sub-sovereign and subnational states were left out. For instance, how does the Tobago House of Assembly access climate justice financing that is being made available to SIDS without politics getting in the way? Well, this is an issue that the Island Innovation was trying to highlight, and it hopes that the future SIDS conference can consider paying more attention to these problems. Reporter Candice Jackson has the details.
And Innovation was the only entity at the SIDS4 conference that focused some attention on the problems of sub-sovereign and subnational island governments like the THA in accessing climate financing. It hosted the only event dealing with this subject matter among hundreds of others. Island Innovators CEO James Elsmore said they are aiming to put some focus on those challenges.
And I think that the international donor community needs to acknowledge that and work with island governments to say, how can we ensure that, for example, capacity building opportunities are given to municipal governments or other island governments, as you mentioned.
Elsmore noted that it is regrettable that more focus was not placed on subnational and sub-sovereign dynamics within the small island developing states conversation.
I think it would have been great at SIDS4 to have more representation of different levels of government to ensure that those different issues that they face are heard.
Elsmore pointed out that the reason why sub-sovereign and subnational issues may have been left out of the conference and the Antigua and Barbuda agenda for SIDS is because it was coordinated by the United Nations from its headquarters in New York.
So I don't think that there is a mechanism at that point to engage the subnational jurisdiction. I don't think that is the focus, and I don't think that that is necessarily recognized as it should be in ABBAS. But that's not a criticism, that's just the nature of how this process is formed. It's quite difficult to change.
When politics and systems of government get in the way of subnational and sub-sovereign states accessing climate financing, Elsmore stated it is important for such local governments to be aware of the information. He shared that is why Island Innovation is making it one of their missions to disseminate information as much as possible.
By making the sessions available online, providing policy reports, information that can be used by policymakers on the local level when it comes to this high-level international development where sometimes, for practical reasons, it's hard to get in the room, just cost alone.
Elsmore hopes that future SIDS conferences and outcome policy documents can cater to problems faced by local governments such as the THA in accessing climate financing. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
All heads of government represented at the SIDS4 conference adopted the Antigua and Barbuda agenda for SIDS, a new 10-year action plan. This plan maps the way forward for countries, including Trinidad and Tobago, in their global ambition of building more resilient economies and fostering prosperous and sustainable societies. This was the main purpose of the conference held in Antigua and Barbuda, and it is being seen as a success. More from Candice Jackson.
The SIDS4 conference ended on a high note for heads of government who heralded it as a success. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, expressed satisfaction that they had achieved unity among all small island developing states going forward.
The outcome document, the ABBAS, has a number of strategies and programs to create a pathway so that SIDS can achieve resilient prosperity within the next decade. In fact, I would say long before the next decade, because you want to make sure that within the next 10 years, we not only achieve the SDGs, but we also go beyond the SDGs to.
Over the 4 days of intense plenary sessions and hundreds of side events, they believe the issue of the need to reform international financial systems to consider the unique challenges of SIDS was properly ventilated. This was supported by the United Nations Under-Secretary General for Economic and Social Affairs, Lee Junha, who issued a strong call.
We must take these unique vulnerabilities into account in our development assistance. We were inspired by strong support for the multidimensional vulnerability index this week from whole sectors.
Meanwhile, Brown stated the conference improved relations among SIDS.
I believe that this conference has brought us all closer together. In fact, there is a proposal on the table for us to even exploit the low-hanging fruit of having visa-free access to all our states so that we can facilitate greater people-to-people exchanges.
Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, is confident that the Abbas Plan will be implemented in various states.
We were not waiting for the Messiah to bail us out. Countries themselves have stood up in SIDS to say, well, we know what the commitments are and you have to meet them. There has to be solidarity, there has to be justice, but we're not stopping.
For the Abbas Plan to succeed, developed nations must come on board and honor the unity expressed by SIDS, according to Lee Junha.
It's that a very unifying, strong voice to expedite the reform process with regard to the IFA. And this is absolutely a consensus from all the delegations here. But now what we lack is the political will from those stakeholders.
If so, accessing financing to mitigate against climate change becomes easier for countries like Trinidad and Tobago. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The Tobago People's Party is set to host their internal elections on the 30th of June 2024. The TPP released a statement notifying the public of their internal elections and shared the nomination form would be available from June 10th to June 14th. 11 positions will be contested: chairman, deputy chairman, political leader, deputy political leader, general secretary, party treasurer, elections officer, membership and mobilization officer, assistant general secretary, education, research and training officer, public relations and communications officer. Nominations forms should be submitted to the head office on June 17th between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Our sports report is next. Stay with us.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving. Till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I run in town again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 We go jump till the moon come down. It's we who the stars shine on. Play a mass and break away. freedom in we DNA.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
How it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Welcome to our sports report. Gloria Henry of Rising Superstars Phoenix narrowly missed achieving 4 gold medals at the National Juvenile Track and Field Championships held at Hasely Crawford Stadium over the weekend. Marcus Daniel has the details on how things played out in this report.
Henry triumphed in the girls under 13 high jump 400 meter and 300 meter hurdles, but she was edged out of a 4th gold in the girls under 13 60 meter hurdles. Meanwhile, Isarian Williams of Lambo Alliance secured a double gold in the boys under 11 100 meter and long jump. Senate Ayeli James also achieved double gold, winning the boys under 13 800 meter and 1000 meter events. In the girls under 15 category, Zayato Bias of Senate won the 100 and 200 meter sprints, but settled for silver in the long jump, missing out on her 3rd gold. The championships saw 934 athletes competing in 78 events over 2 days. Tobago's 7 clubs registered 224 athletes, with RSS Phoenix fielding 85 competitors. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
That's how we end our sports segment. More news after this.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Thanks for staying with us. Poor relations and dynamics are being blamed for unfair credit ratings against small island developing states by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He made these statements while addressing a press conference on the Bridgetown 3.0 initiative, one of the programs being adopted by the 4th International Small Island Developing States Conference. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
International credit agencies dictate the country's ability to borrow, interest rates, and payment period. The latest Moody's rating for Trinidad and Tobago is Ba2, with its economy listed as stable. The Tobago House of Assembly's last rating was also Ba2 in 2021. The highest rating a country can get is AAA. For small island developing states like TNT, it is difficult to move into higher levels of ratings. In the case of Barbados, Prime Minister Bia Motley was told that moving up in ratings would not be possible for them.
1, a fixed exchange rate, and 2, that we are too small and hence vulnerable. So that what you're effectively saying is that no small island state can enter the A club again.
Trinidad and Tobago also maintains a fixed exchange rate and possesses an economy with some vulnerabilities. The inability of SIDS to increase their ratings due to reasons like these is part of the power dynamic that developed countries are using to control economies, according to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres.
This is largely a problem of power relations and the exercise of power by the powerful to the detriment of the less powerful. And this is done, first of all, because the powerful control the decisions of the boards of the institutions. And second, because regulations were progressively being adopted that make that power be embedded in the way the system works.
Guterres said that the way small island developing states are treated is not fair.
Because credit rating agencies are basing their ratings not in the financial solidity expectable for the future based on the trajectory the country is expected to have in the future, but on the past experience.
It is one of the major agenda points on the Bridging 3.0 framework, which is being adopted by world leaders at the CIDS4 conference. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, explained that the framework is a proposal to create economic stability and resilience for CIDS.
To include issues of debt swaps, the whole issue of SDG swaps, as well as debt write-offs and even restructuring. It also speaks to funding for more resilient infrastructure and for adaptation and mitigation.
Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Here's what to expect with tonight's weather into tomorrow from TNT Met Office. Tonight generally fair despite a few spotty showers and the chance of isolated thunderstorm, particularly after midnight. Winds might gust at times, especially near showers. Tonight's temperature should be around 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, cloudy intervals at times accompanied by scattered showers will interrupt generally fair and breezy conditions. There is also a low chance of isolated thunderstorm. Overnight will be mostly fair despite the odd shower. Tomorrow's temperature should reach a high of 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 36 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate with waves near 1.5 and below 1 meter, occasionally choppy near showers. Sunrise is at 5:38 and sunset at 6:23. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines before we go. Central government requests additional $2.3 billion. UNC says total sum can solve all the country's issues. Watson Duke says Tobago is slowly becoming a police state. TPP announces plans to host internal election. And in sport, Tobago Rugby Football Club hosts inaugural Rugby Fest. I am Bianna Brebner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.